Welcome to the home of WWE News Rumors and Gossip in real time. Click the bell, subscribe, and turn on all notifications today. Don't forget to become a channel member and send a super thanks donation below. And now, your host. He is the most consistent and dedicated in YouTube history, Seanzviewent.
Good morning. It's AM. It is time to wake up. It is time to get up. It is time to listen, to hear, to comment, to interact, to interchange with the brash and the brazen, because we will give you the provocative. We will give you the unravelings. We will give you the unveilings right here on Sean's View Entertainment as we continue to have The Undertaker, Mark Calloway, the legend, the conscience, the phenom, The Undertaker in our thoughts and our prayers as he underwent heart surgery. The Undertaker facing some heart problems, and again, our continued well wishes in support for The Undertaker. And this all but clarifies, this all but confirms one thing about The Undertaker, and that is he will never, ever be able to step foot in a WWE ring ever again in a wrestling capacity. Now knowing that The Undertaker has these issues, but again, we rather have The Undertaker alive and not dead. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on what was definitely a story that came out of nowhere. It was unexpected, definitely, but we got a ton of rumors and news and gossip and speculation in the WWE to cover. So remember to become a channel member. If you want me to stay on YouTube, I can't do this by myself. I need you all to become a channel member today or donate below with a super thanks donation. We have a lot to unveil, ladies and gentlemen. The viewership is being revealed. Did it get big? Did it go higher? Did it go lower? Was it astronomical? Ladies and gentlemen, the AEW Summer Blockbuster event. This week's AEW Dynamite Summer Blockbuster saw a dip in numbers as it averaged 597,000 viewers on TBS. That is an 8.9% drop from the previous week's Fyter Fest special and marks the show's lowest audience total since May 21st. The drop could be linked to stiff competition as the show aired opposite Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Following Dynamite, the AEW Collision Summer Blockbuster special aired immediately after, forming a 4-hour doubleheader. Collision averaged 397,000 viewers, which is a 4.5 increase from the previous weeks. However, its 18 to 49 demographic fell 10% to 0.09. Compared to the same last year, Dynamite was down 23% in total viewership and 26.1% in the 18 to 49 demographic. Collision also posted year-over-year declines, down 7.9% in viewers and 30.8% in the key demo. You know, just like the WWE was cooking in the early stages of the Triple H era, AEW had something going. They had a lot of support. They had a lot of momentum. AEW was doing some great things a few years ago. And then, you know, you can't just contribute to, CM Punk left. Cody Rhodes left. You know, because you still got Jericho and Ambrose in the company. You know, at the time, Saraya. You know, I know AEW has lost a lot of wrestlers, but you can't blame it on the wrestlers. You can't blame it on the star power. You got to look at the power of the company, the creative, the storylines, the angles, mixing it up, thinking outside the box, using a different strategy, sticking to the formula that worked for AEW in the beginnings. Obviously, there needs to be a major adjustment in AEW. Again, I don't want to come on here. I'm not going to come on here and say I want to see AEW fail and I want to see AEW go out of business. I want to see AEW go... You know, because if AEW loses, you know, Tony Khan at the end of the year can just write it off, right? He can just write it off in his taxes. But the fact of the matter is AEW needs to leverage. AEW needs to position itself to where we remember it in its early days. Jade Cargill. What is up with Jade Cargill these days? Well, Jade Cargill's debut movie has been announced. Will she leave the WWE because of the movie? Well, she already took her little sabbatical. She already took her little break. So you can expect Jade Cargill to be continually on WWE TV. And I want your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on Jade Cargill. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, which WrestleMania 41 match captivated you? According to The Undertaker, who just had heart surgery, The Undertaker was impressed by the Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley World Championship Women's match at WrestleMania 41. Your thoughts, your comments, and what match captivated you, because this show is about you. We put you in the driver's seat. Big changes are coming for Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins could be getting a major musical upgrade. According to Corey Hayes via the Body Slam Patreon, WWE is teaming up with a mainstream artist to create a brand new entrance theme for Seth Rollins. While the name of the artist hasn't been revealed yet, the new track is expected to replace his current theme, The Visionary by Def Rebel. Rollins has been using Burn It Down since early 2021 until late 2024 when he switched to the Def Rebel track. Now another change is on the way, possibly one with a wider appeal thanks to the involvement of a mainstream name. This report also mentions that Seth Rollins' faction, which includes Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman, is expected to receive an official name very soon. Rollins has been associated with Heyman since WrestleMania 41 and has been aligned with Breaker and Reed in recent weeks. Rollins is also expected in the world title picture, having won the Money in the Bank contract. The win gives him the right to challenge for any championship whenever he chooses. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Or is Seth Rollins going to go a completely different way and do what Austin Theory did, which was one of the most ridiculous Money in the Banks of all time, by cashing in on a mid-card champion? Is Seth Rollins going to cash in and leverage the tag team championships in the camp of his alliance? We'll call it for right now his little alliance he's got going on. Will he cash in on the United States champion? Does Seth Rollins want to become the Intercontinental champion? Or is Seth Rollins got his sights set on either the SmackDown version of the WWE title held by John Cena, or does he want the title held by Gunther? Your thoughts, your comments, your predictions on who Seth Rollins is going to ultimately cash in on at the end of the day. Speaking about cashing in, Roman Reigns, WWE, contract, money, disruptions, disputes, chaos, bedlam, mayhem, talk. The WWE or TKO wants to cut Roman Reigns' contract. They want to cut his money. They want to diffuse it. They want to take it down. They want to not have Roman Reigns have all this money raining down on him. Now, this is a man that went through the WWE through COVID. This is a man that was one of the longest reigning WWE champions in company history. And you want to slice, you want to cut in half the Roman Reigns money, the bank account. What a situation. And there's been a lot of rumors, quite frankly, a lot of speculation, really a lot of debate about Roman Reigns, his WWE future, his contract, and whether or not he'll walk away and say, well, no, this is my money. This is what I'm guaranteed. This is what I've earned. This is what I deserve. You know, Roman Reigns battling through leukemia, battling through cancer, battling through trauma and injury. And now TKO says, well, according to rumors and speculation online, this may not be the money that you're going to be making all the time, especially as a part-timer. Is it worth the investment? Again, a lot of chatter about the future of Roman Reigns and why we may be seeing a lot less of him if he is not paid what he is due. Your thoughts, your comments, and is Roman Reigns deserving and earning enough of the contract and all the money that he wants and he deserves and he's asked for, or that he's been making? Or should Roman Reigns be cut? Should Roman Reigns leave? Sabbatical, should there be a talk? Should there be a meeting? What is going on with the tribal chief, the head of the table, the OTC, Roman Reigns? It all comes down to your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Also, a huge update, a pivotal update, a monumental update on Logan Paul. There was rumors circulating yesterday about Logan Paul facing early retirement from WWE, being released by WWE. And again, we will go back and tell you if the rumor was true or factual or not, or real or realistic or legitimate. And at this stage, it appears as if for a lot of you, unfortunately, Logan Paul is here to stay in the WWE. But he has talked about early retirement, so Logan Paul may have an out of WWE. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Do you want to see Logan Paul continue to stay in WWE? Or should Logan Paul win a world championship before he decides to leave World Wrestling Entertainment? Long-awaited debut for the Blue Brand of SmackDown on the USA Network. According to PW Insider, the half-brother of Tama Tonga is scheduled to be at this Friday's episode of SmackDown in Lexington, Kentucky. He will be backstage. Again, the half-brother of Tama Tonga. It looks like that the former NJPW star will finally make his official WWE debut. He signed with WWE in July of 2024, but hasn't been used anywhere in the company. He has been listed on the internal roster for months. At Money in the Bank, United States Champion Jacob Fatu ended his alliance with Solo Sikoa after brutally assaulting the former tribal chief. It looks like Sikoa might be bringing in this superstar as Jacob's replacement. And you got to wonder what that's going to look like, what that's going to sound like. Are you anticipating this huge debut as the Samoans continue to dominate the landscape of the entire WWE? Another return is being planned. Another comeback in the world of World Wrestling Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the insiders, remember to like, comment, and interact. Another Bella, Brie Bella, planning to return to WWE for Evolution 2. Natalya shuts down demotion claims after requesting an Evolve matchup. Listen, Natalya's been going in a different organizations. Listen, this is 2025. Wrestling companies aren't trying to put each other out of business. They're trying to strive. They're trying to thrive. They're trying to show the benefit of the forbidden door. Okay, that I guess was ultimately started by AEW. You got to credit AEW for something, right? So wrestlers are switching, TNA, WWE, AEW, NJPW, ROH, AEW, NOAH. There's all these different competitions, NWA, TNA. I mean, you're seeing all these companies really come together and battle together as a cohesive unit, as a well-oiled unit. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Also coming through on the brash and the brazen, WWE talent are still this morning on the edge. The WWE talent are on edge. WWE has some big talent being let go as of late, with the likes of Carlito and most recently Sarah Logan not getting their contracts renewed. With that in mind, it appears that there might be another release coming up. While speaking on the Brian and Vinny show, Brian Alvarez talked about Brooks Jensen being kicked out of the culling by Izzy Dean last week on NXT television. Alvarez criticized the entire segment for not making any sense whatsoever. Brian Alvarez then made it clear that he wasn't hoping for this or supporting it, but he said that since tomorrow is Friday, which being today is Friday right now, he expects to wake up and see news that there's going to be another release in the WWE. He noted that many people in WWE are feeling nervous because Fridays have recently become known as days when talent cuts happens, Black Friday. I want to make it abundantly clear. I'm not advocating for this, nor do I want it to happen. I do not want to see any more releases in the WWE because that means you're out of a job, you're out of work, and you don't have money, and you can't support yourself, your kids, your family. However, sadly and unfortunately, there is expected to be more releases in the WWE, and obviously, that is a very sad state of affairs. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. Because remember, on this show, if it weren't for you, there would be no Seanzview. We come through when the lights are on bright. We got plenty more to come. Stay locked on to this very channel because we channel it to you, whether it be on a cell phone, an iPhone, a laptop, a tablet. We bring it to you because if it's not brash, well, then it's not going to last. Stay tuned for hourly updates around the clock. This is your reigning source, the unapologetic, brash, and brazen.